One of the main reasons why sports are fun is because of the rivalries. It's like us versus them. Your team sucks. Your town is trash. Blah 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 blah. Because deep down in our DNA, that there's just that itch that needs to be scratched of us being tribal. We do need an us versus them mentality, and it's what helped our ancestors survive. It's like, hey, we are going to fight you, and we're going to take over your resources, and we're going to pass along our DNA to the next generation. Now, it is definitely not as dire as that anymore. So instead of letting it devolve into combat between tribes and factions, we start channeling that into sports, because we have our team, you have your team, screw you right in the face, we'll settle this on the field. We're the best, you're the worst, but instead of the field of battle, it's now the field turf. Right? And without darkness, there is no light. Without sour, there is no sweet. And without Milwaukee's best, there is no grain belt premium. Damn straight. So that's why Packers fans are a necessary evil. And frankly, life would be more boring if they didn't exist. And yes, it is great being a Vikings fan. No, it's not. Yeah, it is great minus the 60 years of being kicked in the nuts. And it's not even like you're a Browns fan where every single year, like, there is no hope. Like, your situation is not changing, and you sort of get used to it. But then the Vikings is all like, oh, this is going to be the year kicking the nuts. This is going to be the year kicking the nuts. That whole thing. Because, I mean, life would be more boring without the Packers and Packer fans. Because what are we going to do? Like beef with the crooked Chicago Bears and, like, the low-energy Lions? Like, that's not fun. Like, who cares about that? And also, it's not even like the Raiders versus anyone rivalry. It's not like, hey, I'm going to stab you in the parking lot after the game. It's more like, hey, let's grab a beer in the parking lot and mutually talk shit about Greg Jennings and Dom Capers. It'll be a good time. Yeah. Also, we've talked about this before. There are a ton of Packers fans that live in the Twin Cities. And because you could actually make a very good case that the Packers are the second most popular team in the cities, which is just, on its face, it sounds like that's stupid, but then you think about it and you're like, yeah, NFL is the most popular sport. And I mean, do you think that the Packers probably outrate the Wolves or the Wild? Probably, yeah. And also, it sounds like an indictment on Minnesota. It's like, oh, how does your football team not have fans of the local team, blah, blah, blah. But it's not. What it says is that many years, over many generations, a ton of Wisconsinites have flocked to the Twin Cities for jobs and opportunity and, like, culture, stuff like that. And, like, what's the difference between Wisconsin and yogurt? Yogurt has a live and active culture. Woo! Yeah. And yes, taking pleasure when the Packers fail is a hallmark of Vikings fandom. And no, it is not healthy. Yes, it is petty and very small, but it's Schadenfreude. It is full-on Schadenfreude, and you can call it being little brother. You can call it Napoleon complex. You can do whatever you want. And like, we make no apologies about it. No ifs, ands, or buts. Like, here, so the 5 greatest Vikings wins in franchise history are Minneapolis Miracle, the Miracle at the Met, Ahmad Rashad, what's up? Favre to Greg Lewis, and yeah, having a regular season game being one of your greatest wins. Yeah. And then you have the Fail Mary, and also the Packers losing to the Seahawks in the 2014 NFC Championship game, because thank you, Brandon Bostic. Future Vikings legend Brandon Bostic. And yeah, Packers fans will see that and be like, what a bunch of losers. And that's fair, dog. That is fair. But, brosifs, you have a sheet of paper that you paid good American currency for, and you think that you are an owner of this team. Okay, sure. And also, your team was so crappy in the 80s when you had legendary head coach Bart Starr, by the way. They had to move half of the home games to Milwaukee, a.k.a. North Chicago, a.k.a. where there actually are people, because you couldn't sell out your precious Lambeau Field. You couldn't do that. So they adapted. Oh, Lord, I cannot wait, because you Packers fans have had 3 decades of absolute quarterback privilege, and you don't recognize it. 1989 to present, because you had Don Magic Man Mahowski. He was a Pro Bowler, and then you turned it over to Bert Favre, and he did okay for a while, and then you turned it over to the Butte College dropout. I cannot wait, and it sucks, because I like Jordan Love, and now I have to actively root against him with the fury of 1,000 suns. The dude is going to fail. Your next draft pick is going to fail. The next guy you bring in after that is going to fail. It's going to look like the laundry list of Bears quarterbacks. It's going to look like Eric Kramer and Cade McNown and Rick Maurer and Mitchell Trubisky Ponder. It's going to look like that. You are going to basically be like Carthage after the Third Punic War. Salt the earth. Have fun being Tunisia. Get out of here. Right. And just can't wait. Like, because sports are about two things: cheering for your team and talking massive amounts of shit about the other team. And it is a lot of fun. Plus, you probably do have, a friend or a relative, like an uncle, probably like a hardcore Packers fan, right? Like he's got a tattoo of cheese on him. Who tattoos cheese on himself? Dairy farmers even look at that and be like, that's stupid. Yeah, but it gives you something to talk about at Thanksgiving besides yelling about politics and the Rona, right? Hey, masks. Oh, no, you want to talk about Favre? Oh, yeah, we do that. And respect. Packer fans generally take it as good as they give, right? So they're actually pretty good natured about the ribbing. They're not uber sensitive like Bears and Bills fans, which are just like, yeah. It's the Vikings relationship to Packers fans. It's sort of like Batman needing the Joker. Like, if there was no Joker, I mean, it'd be boring. Like, Batman would just be some rich a-hole who wanders around at night in a vinyl suit. That's about, hey, you committing crime? Hey, no? All right, cool. Save Martha. Right. So, yes, are Packers fans annoying? Absolutely. Is it unfortunate that they live here and also inhabit some of those beautiful parts of the state of Wisconsin, which is almost as beautiful as the great state of Minnesota? Yes. Would football be less fun without them? Also, yes. Yeah, so after the Vikings dispatch the greasy, grimy Green Bay Packers trying to come into U.S. Bank Stadium and burn it down, good luck with that. You can talk massive amounts of ish to all your Packers friends and your coworkers. That's one of the most beautiful things about sports. And I can't wait. Vikings by 1,000 on Sunday, by the way. All right, so your thoughts. Packers fans, necessary evil. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work, pull some of the Venmo. But until next time, Skull, production value.